Hello, everyone. Nikki here, just coming in for our weekly catch up. If you've been following me through a few of my pages, I apologize because there's been lots and lots of lives. I had to go and get something to put around my ears because it is freezing here. So let me know if you are jumping on with me. That would be really nice to see. We're talking about preparation today. It's really important part of what we do, whether it's for personal, whether it's for private stuff, whether it's for your business, anything like that. Really, really important that preparation is key. We also have, sorry, I did a live into my jewelry page with these new fandangles. How are they? Look at them. They're beautiful. So yes, I had to wear them straight away. Off came the dream catchers, on went these beauties, and then so then I felt very gypsy-ish. So then I added my headband, and I'm so much warmer now, which is amazing. And these are brand new glasses, which I saw them and they were so unusual that I'm like, I need them, but they're so unusual. I think I'm going to look stupid in them. And so I haven't quite worked it out, but they're really hard to see through, but they want me to practice seeing through them. But I saw them and I'm like, oh, I don't know if with my brunette hair it would work, but with my blonde hair, I think they kind of work. So I'll be up for feedback, but they're a bit funky, aren't they? There's like two different layers. Anyway, I need you guys to give me some feedback. So when you're jumping on, let me know. And if you're in team replay, I need a yes or a no to the glasses. That would be really amazing if we can get that. So we want to talk about preparation today. We have this all the time. We're used to preparation, but sometimes when we are in business, we don't use preparation as we would if we were doing it for real, like in real life, or for anything else. So let's think about Christmas dinner. Let's think about Christmas dinner. You are hosting 30 people. You are going to have to prepare. You need to know exactly what you're cooking. You're going to have to think about what ingredients you need, and you're going to have to go and shop. And in order to get everything done in time, you might have written out a little time frame as to when things have got to go on so that everything gets done in time. Would I be right or wrong? Let me know that. Let me talk about if we were going to paint a room. Do we go in and just straight away slap paint on, or do we go in and we prepare the room first? We at least put a primer on so that we can prime the walls before we paint. Maybe we need to do a bit of sanding first so that the walls are nice and even, and then prime and then paint. So we do prepare all the time, so there are things that we do all the time, but sometimes in business we don't prepare. And so that's what I want you to think about today. So in your business, how well have you prepared yourself? Have you set yourself up for success? So for example, let's talk about, I'm going to do a separate thing on time management, but let's talk about how you set yourself up for the day. So many people, and I talk to many of my clients as well as people that I work with in my business, and they go in and they open up their calendar and they go, right, I'm free at this time. I think I'll do some work. Now, they don't prepare what type of work they're going to do. They don't think about breaking it down. I've got an hour. What am I going to do in that hour? They just turn up for that hour and then go, right, I'm ready. And then it's like, what will I do? And it's like, oh, well, I've got this sort of thing. I'll just do that. Or I've got this sort of thing. I'll just do that. I'm looking at my list. Oh, I've got this. I'll do that. Instead of actually preparing yourself for success. So if you went and you pre-planned, say on a Sunday, and you went through your diary and went, right, I've got an hour here, I've got a half an hour there, I've got a 4-hour block there. and then in those times, so you would go into the hour and go, what are you going to do in that hour? What kind of things do you need to get done there? The other thing that I like to think about is what rolls on. So if you could do something in this hour, what is going to roll on to be able to get you to continue that work happening even when you've stopped? So for example, if in your business you send messages, say through Messenger, or maybe you send emails or something like that, where you get responses in that hour, you could spend that time sending those messages, knowing that when you check in for your next hour, a lot of those responses will have come in. And so that would be the way to actually, look at doing that there. So look at, response time versus, sending them first. So I recommend to do things in timeframes that work well for you. So I'm not much of a morning person, but I'm actually getting to be more of a morning person, which is good. But I tend to find at nighttime is when I'm best at writing my content, and I really love doing my graphics and things at nighttime because it's something that I really enjoy. It's kind of peaceful. It's not stressful for me. It's something that I'm good at. And so I really enjoy that kind of working on my content and working on my graphics of a night time. Usually if I'm going to go lives, like here, I was actually going live at 12, but because of daylight savings, one of my meetings has moved around. So I'm going to be trying to go live at 11 o'clock most Tuesdays. If I can, unless something else is, booked in and I can't change it. So we'll be going live just to go through a bit of a session, get you thinking about different things. And as I said, today is talking about preparation. So things that will roll the dice. Now, if you're finding it's really hard to get yourself prepared, you've got to think, well, what is difficult about it? So for me, there's a document that I've been writing. So I wanted to get something ready for our team, a document. It was done on Canva. It basically had to work out what content was going to go into it. So in terms of the preparation, I just sat down with a blank piece of paper and just wrote, kind of like a dot point, this. And then I set a time in my diary as to when I was going to work on it. Now, the things that I find work well for me are going in, looking for the kind of template that I want. You guys might be completely different. You might write first rather than graphically, sort of aesthetically set it out. I like to set it out first. So I go and find a template that I really like. I put the headings in, I put the colors in, because then it starts to come to life for me. So I know that, this page is the front page, the next page, this is kind of what it's going to be about. I might put just the blocks where I want the pictures, but might not yet pick the pictures. Often I don't pick the pictures until the very end. And so I kind of block it out with the headings, and that's kind of how I prepare to do a document. Now, that might be what I do in one night, just basically set it out and get exactly kind of what I want it to look like. And it gives me a real idea of how long I want it to be. So how much kind of copy is going to be in it. And then say, for example, last night I went in and I did all the copy in this document and was able to then send it to someone else in the team to get them to go through it and give me some feedback. So that's how I prepared to do that document. And so often I can tell you I've had that document sitting there for months and months and months, and I haven't done it because it's just gotten lost in the sea of everything else that I need to do. So what I did was I put it in my diary. I put it in my diary that that's what I was going to be working on. There's people that are waiting on it now, so it really does need to go out. And so what I've done is gone and, as I said, prepared for it. I wrote down my notes of roughly what it was. I then set the time to go in and do sort of the graphics of how I wanted it to kind of set out. I then wrote the content, and then I put the pictures in that kind of either inspired the content or what came out after writing it, then was able to send it off. So once the girls come back to me with their suggestions, I can fix it up, and then that document's done. It's something that you can fully, take off your to-do list. So if you're finding that preparation is not working, or if you really think about it, like, do you prepare in your business, or do you prepare in your home life? Hey, Jamie. It's really important to think about that. I find that if you fail to prepare, you fail to succeed a lot of the times. And so really what we want is for everyone to be thinking more, so you're more intentional when you're doing what you're doing. So I always say to people, you have chosen, or maybe you've been forced, like you actually work for somebody and so you have to work certain hours. Or if you have your own business, yes, it's work, but you've chosen to not watch TV. You've chosen to not be with your family. You've chosen to, not go out and get your hair done, or you've chosen not to exercise to do this thing. What if we actually prepare ourselves and we do it better? Would we then be more intentional with the way we're doing it? Would it then come out to be more the way we want it to be? And I think putting those preparation steps in stops you with that writer's block. It's so often that we just sit there and go, hands, on the keyboard, and we go, okay, no idea what to write here, but no idea what to write. So it's really important that, we set the time, we look at our diary. Now, I look at mine the night before, so I know what I've got coming up. For example, today I had an interview in a parenting group. They interviewed me this morning. So I was there talking about balance in life for parents, and a lot of stuff we do around making sure that we're doing stuff for us, that we're filling our own cup. You might have seen me do a little bit of a live on my personal page about that. So I dragged my ass to that this morning, to be honest. I did not want to do it. I was prepared. I'm a bit of a winger, so I knew in my head what I wanted to talk about, but I'm very much a winger, and I just go, yeah, I'm going to talk about that. But today, for example, I didn't know what I was going to talk about, but I have prepared, because I go into my phone, and in my phone, in the notes section, I have content for lives, and I have, at the moment, I think there's about 6 different ones in there, and I'm like, yep, that's what I'm going to talk about today. And I'd already known roughly what I want to talk about, because I wrote it there, so I have a heading, and then I usually have some dot points underneath it. So this then went, yes, this is what I want to talk about today, because preparation is key. You're setting yourself up to succeed if you prepare things. So looking at my diary the night before, it gets me prepared for the day. What I do is I use a Google Calendar. So in my top of it, it's blocked out for my morning schedule from 7 till, it used to be 7 till 9, because that's when I get my son to kinder. He starts kinder at 9 o'clock. But I've actually stretched that now to 9:30. So there's 2 reasons for that. One, it's so that nobody can book into my calendar at that time to do anything unless they personally ask me. So they can't actually book into my calendar. So say if somebody wanted to have, a one-on-one chat with me, or they wanted a mentoring session, what is happening with my hair, they can't automatically book into my calendar. But secondly, it gives me the time to get set up for the day. So I drop him off at 9 and I'm back. I usually sometimes might have something to eat for breakfast, and then I kind of start the day at 9:30 and I start booking in appointments from then. But I have big chunks of space in my day. So I know that I'm coming here. Well, as I said, it was going to be 12 o'clock, and because of the thing that was at 11 o'clock is now 12 o'clock because of the change with daylight savings. Now we should be here most times each week at 11, but next week there's a change, so I'll let you know. So I knew I had that. I knew I had to come and speak to you guys, so that was exciting. I know now after this I've got something to listen to for an hour. So it's a conference call that I've got to be on. Then I've got this big gap between 1 and 4. I've got 3 hours gap where I've got nothing on. So I have got a few things written in my to-do. So my to-do sits at 6 o'clock every morning. Now, it's not happening at 6 o'clock every morning. I'm sleeping at 6 o'clock every morning. I don't get up really early. I'm trying to get up earlier and earlier, but I found the last couple of days with daylight savings, it's made it a little bit difficult. But at 6 o'clock every morning, I just have blocked out. It's in a red block, and it just says to do. And so when you go in there, I click on that and it's got to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's got the things. Now, if I was better organized, I would then translate those 5 things into the blank blocks. That would be the way to go. And that's the way I would teach you time management, even though I don't do it myself. So what I would do is go, okay, I need to write a, getting started document. So I'm going, right, I'm free from 1 till 4. That document should take me about 45 minutes. So I might do that. I'll have lunch at 1 o'clock. So I'll blank out from sort of 1 to 1:30 and then kick off at 1:30. I'm going to do 45 minutes. So from 1:30 until 2:15. I'll be working on that document. And then I've only given myself 45 minutes to do it. Now, if it doesn't get finished in that time, it needs to be reallocated into some other time, because at 2:15, I would be then switching over to writing emails to go out to you guys. So I don't just keep pushing things out. So you actually go in and in your calendar for the day, you take your to-dos and you make them fit in. If they don't fit in, then they need to go into another day. So that's a really important thing to do. The one reason I do leave my calendar open a little bit is because I want people to be able to book their times in to chat with me, whether it's you guys or whether it's my team. So really important for that. So we're going to go over time management a lot more, because I found that this way, doing it the way I was just talking to you, is the way to really be prepared. So really what I want to do is, when you guys come back and watch on replay, how much do you prepare for your business or whether it's personal? So tell me whether it's business or personal that you're talking about, and then how much do you pre-prepare? So sometimes, for example, in my personal life, say, for example, I know the next day Harper's going to kinder. I pre-prepare his bag the night before. So in the morning, say I wake up late, things I'm not feeling that great, or he's playing up that day or something like that, then I don't have to muck around with it. It's all pre-prepared the night before. The same as if I know that, sometimes I'll actually have his clothes out ready to go. Usually I have his pajamas out and his Ugg boots ready to go. Just little bits and pieces of things that make your life easier. So this is all about pre-preparing. So then you can actually translate those things into your business. So you do those things at home in your personal life. Do you do these things in business? So that's the question I would like you to answer for me. So that is all I have for you today. I try and keep it to half an hour. So for those of you that do not know, we have our Living an Inspired Life Masterclass tonight at 8 p.m. It goes for 90 minutes. Many of you have done this before. Okay, so you don't have to jump on again if you don't want to, but many people do actually jump on a couple of times because they, one, enjoy it, but secondly, want to get a little bit more clarity. So talk about preparation when I can't hold my pen. Okay, so if you have seen something that looks like this before, show with all the circles, that's what we're doing tonight. So if you've done that and you're like, yeah, I don't need to do that again, that's what we're working on tonight. If you are jumping on tonight and you haven't done it, here's a couple of things that you need to do to prepare. Hey, how was that? So you need a pen and paper so that you'll be able to work through the exercises with me. Secondly, if you can, whether it's a highlighter, a crayon, a colouring pencil, whatever it is, find 3 colours that are as close to green, orange and red as you can. Otherwise, you can find, if you can't find those colors, just find 3 different colors. That's fine. Doesn't matter what it is. And be prepared. What I'm going to do when you come on, I'm going to invite you to be a panelist. Okay, so it means that you will come onto the screen with me and we'll be able to talk as opposed to you just being in the chat. It's too hard for me to do it like that. Now, if you want to come in there and leave your camera off, that's totally okay. I would really love you to have your cameras on because it does make a big difference. But just remember, I don't care if you're in your pajamas or anything like that. This is not going to go any further. It's just going to be for us. So I really need you to come on so that we can work through. This is something I'm going to coach you through tonight. It goes for about 90 minutes. If there's someone else that you think needs to be on it, it's really good. It's great for personal. It's great for business. So it's really, really important that you are ready to participate, not just show up. So next week, we are really lucky. On Monday at 12 p.m., we have one of my dear friends, and she, let me just see what she wrote. Let me find it. She's coming to speak with us on Monday at 12 p.m. about the secret of knowing. Now, trust me, I'm addicted to this lady whenever she speaks, so you're going to love it. So here it is. This is what she wrote for me. Do you ever wake up and think, where am I going to get my oxygen from today? No. Why? Because you literally know that it's always just there. In fact, you probably never even give it a second thought. The thing with knowing is you just know it. It's a done deal. You don't have to think about it, ponder over it, question it, or question its existence. Knowing is its own frequency, and absolutely any doubt in any shape or form is adding resistance to the path of becoming. So your thoughts are creating a seesaw effect where in essence nothing can manifest. Like, I kid you not, people, you have to listen to this woman. She is absolutely incredible. I spoke to her and just said, look, I'm having real trouble at the moment because there's something that I'm trying to have come to reality that's actually, I'm trying to purchase a house. And in order to purchase my house, I have to sell another house, and it's flipping nightmare, let me tell you. And I said to her, I'm trying to act as if I'm trying to manifest it, and I'm trying to talk about it as though it's already happened. But I'm also in some way, like, I keep getting against brick walls about whether this is going to happen. And so it gets you to go, look, don't get your hopes up too much, because then you're going to get super disappointed if it doesn't work. And I said, but I know if I think like that, then I'm not manifesting. So I'm stuck. And that's when she said, it's about knowing. And that's why she's coming to talk to us on Monday. So I'm really, really excited about that. So we'll pop something probably tomorrow in the group, just so we don't confuse tonight. That'll go in the group tomorrow. So really, really fantastic live going to happen on Monday. It'll go live into the group, so you'll be able to catch up with it later. That'll be really good. But yeah, Blue is incredible to listen to, and I plan on getting her on quite a few times as a regular, because she's just the most amazing person to listen to, and one of my go-tos when I'm stuck. So there you go. So there we are tonight. Preparation's the key. Think about it. Tell me firstly where you're in the world you are coming from. We've got people everywhere in here. Secondly, let me know if, when we're thinking about preparation, are we thinking more about preparation in our personal life? Is that where we're kind of suffering? Like things are, disorderly, and we can't get things going, and you feel like you're overwhelmed. So is it your personal life that you think that preparation would help you? Or is it your business life, or both? It could be both. So have a think about that. And think through as you listen to what I've talked about, whether or not this has been helpful for you. I hope it really has. So guys, there is my 30 minutes with you this week. I hope that has given you some real things to think about and get interested in. It's really important to get interested in it so that you start doing it. And I want you to put a few practices in play and then get back to me and let me know, does it actually work? So there you are. For those that are jumping on at 8 o'clock tonight, I will see you then. And apart from that, have an amazing Tuesday and the rest of your week. See you later.